October the 14th, 2021. Guys, you're looking at a major collapse in the top of this main lava cinder cone. When you see bubbling all the time, you've got three other major events that are blowing the tops off all around it. But the island was vibrating, and some of the images here, we'll be able to hear some of the sound. Just steady thumps and then explosions, just like it was so much pressure building up that it was letting it off as fast as it can, as fast as it could, and it was coming in cycles. But look at this, it's just over top of everything. The channel's completely flooded. But now that it's getting closer to the villages tonight, again, the night images are, you can see the devastation. I know there's been more evacuations. There's been a couple of I think a 4.3 and 4.2 quake at around 35 kilometers depth. Today is probably, I think, 80-something quakes altogether. Here's another view of the collapse. You've got different cameras there. Notice the SO, or the sulfur dioxide, in the center. This is the highest I've seen it. 17,774 tons a day. We saw it up to 11 once, and then it went back down to around 7,000 and 8,000 tons per day, but 17,774 tons per day. You now have 1,548 buildings or houses destroyed, and now 50 kilometers of roads that are covered up. But look at this. The stream we normally see, it comes down to where you see that tree, the normal stream does, and then makes a hard right and cuts across this entire stream as it heads down towards the sea. But guys, let's look at some live images. And I'm going to play the by the end of the video, there will be more images coming in, and the last minute or so of the video, I'm going to back out and just let you listen. But if you look to the right, far right of the screen, that's the normal, one of the normal channels. And so all of the lava that you see bubbling out of the top is not all the lava they're having to deal with. Lower down in the sides of this large cone, it has channeled and made its way under or through the lava. Probably one day it'll be a lava cave, but it's going to be popping out in different areas. But just to see, the volume, the size of these cascading falls of molten lava. And guys, all the lights that you're seeing to the left here are not, this is not a city. And closer to the camera, you're seeing fires. But this is devastating. This is live. And this is at 3:20 or so p.m. Central Time today. I kind of pulled the image up just a little to give you an idea of this particular shot. I've seen lava. We watched Hawaii. We've seen other shots, Iceland and stuff like that. I've never seen anything quite like this. Remember the CME that came in a couple of days ago? That heat is transferred into the core of our planet, but it doesn't happen instantly. In other words, it's transferred down, all that heat's built up into the magma, and then it has to release the gas and the pressures involved in this. And like I said in the video, I think it was yesterday, that the crust of the earth is floating on solid magma like you're seeing now, this lava, just like that. And this section of what's called the African plate, which it is part of, the Canary Islands, even though they belong to Spain, that they're part of the African plate, and it's moving east or back towards what I guess you would call Asia, at about the pace your fingernails grow. And this is the younger of, almost the youngest of the whole section of the Canary Islands. But going back to a live scene, this is incredible, guys. I don't know how this will look tomorrow. If you can get updates from that area, let us know. Put them in the comments below. There's people that even from there and over, and we got people in Denmark and all across Europe, all across everywhere, really. If you look at the globe at the top of our website, bpearthwatch.com, you can see that the entire world watches that website. Probably 3.5 million views so far. But this camera here, they zoomed in and got a very close-up shot of that lava pool that's below the main vent. And what it looks like to me, if it zooms back down, is that there's a massive wall here behind this huge jet, which there are 4 of those. And it's like a reservoir has let open a spillway at the bottom of the dam. And it's what we're seeing here. But these vents are now popping up in different sections at the base of this mountain. But look at the outflow here. Now I've got this speeded up to 2 times, but look at what's going on behind it. Look at that. So again, the heat pressure from solar flares, CMEs, they are building up because of grand solar minimum. That's why we're going into cooler periods, and you're going to see that. But again, these are amazing images. This is sped up just so we can get through the video. I think I've got it at twice the speed. You can see the trees to the left foreground there, but this is a very, very zoomed in image here with a very good camera. So the size is kind of understated. We're gonna go through this and just look at what we've been seeing today. And here's a kind of a far shot of when we still had daylight, of part of that spill, and that is before it started reaching further and down into the valley. And it's still at this point, as you look at the flows, you can see that it has a very strong input coming from the mountain. Check this out. And different camera angles. And when you can see it glow that hot in the daytime in such a wide area, you know that it's a lot of fresh lava. But there's your normal main area, and this is where the collapse of that cone started. Check that out. What can you say? And that's coming down, and you would hope it would get trapped in that big valley that we see normally channel all that's on the other side of this foreground of rocks and bushes here. But it's spreading out because that channel cannot handle this much flow. Some of those bigger boulders are probably part of that collapse of that cone wall at that point. So as it's coming over here, it's filling up the bottom channel. Now notice the 3 other channels that are branching off to the right. At the very top up there, that's a whole new section of lava flow. I'm going back to live right now, and I want to point out that in the yellow areas, that's kind of the channel that you normally see. Comes down the mountain, gets behind that ledge, and you see that lava flow going to the sea. But this outbreak from way before it gets to the bottom of that valley is what's creating this tonight. Guys, just hoping, keep your prayers up and your thoughts for those folks there. I tell you what, I've never seen evacuation plans executed better as far as no one has been caught in a fire or hurt seriously that I know of. It has not been reported. But these images are incredible. I've seen a lot of explosions, and if you go back to September 29th and look at some of the images, they were similar to this, but nowhere near the volume of lava. You saw more activity on the top of the mountain. But again, I'm going to back out and leave this last little bit. We can get some sound. I will also put a link to this live feed. It's a heads up, guys. Be safe.